All right, the first part of this lesson is going to be review over some trig information that we looked at earlier in the year. So we're going to go through this fairly quickly. And the homework assignment for this first portion of section 4.8 is going to be optional. However, the last portion of this section, you will have a homework assignment that's going to be required. Okay, solving a triangle. When you're solving a triangle, you are looking for the lengths of any missing sides and missing angle measures. All right, so first off, remember vertices are labeled with capital letters, sides are labeled with lowercase letters. So the side opposite angle A is side A, side opposite angle B is side B, and then angle opposite side C is, or angle C is side C. Okay, so the information we need to know is we need to find the measure of angle B, and then the lengths of side A and side C. Okay, triangle, sum of the angles in a triangle is 180. So if I subtract the 34.2 and the 90 from 180, I get 55.8 degrees. Okay. To find the missing sides, we're going to use SOHCAHTOA. I'm going to go back to angle A, and I know side B, and that's the adjacent side. If I want to find side A, that's the opposite side. So I'm going to go with tangent of 34.2 equals adjacent, or no, not adjacent. How about opposite over adjacent? Okay, so here I can multiply both sides by 19.4, or I can think cross multiply, and that's going to equal side A. So 19.4 times the tangent of 34.2. Now I already switched my calculator to degrees, okay, because remember, every time you reopen your calculator, it defaults back to radians. So you'll want to change that to degrees. Okay, and I'm rounding to 2 decimal places, so 13.18 for side A, 13.18, and then the same for that side. Okay, now I am finding side C. Well, side C is the hypotenuse. I think I'm just going to stick with angle A. If you want to use angle B, you certainly can go from angle B's perspective. I just picked A. Okay, so angle A, if I want to know the hypotenuse, and I do know the adjacent side, so that's going to be cosine. So I'm going to go cosine of 34.2 is adjacent 19.4 divided by hypotenuse of C. Okay, this time when you cross multiply, you're going to get C times the cosine of 34.2 equals 19.4. Okay, so this time to solve for C, I'm going to have to divide by the cosine of 34.2. And C, so 19.4 divided by cosine of 34.2. Enter. Oh, I forgot the cosine. Like, there's no way that's right. There's the cosine. 34.2. Okay, 23.46. So 23.46. 23.46. Okay, I do suggest you take a minute, look at your solutions, make sure they make sense. C is your hypotenuse, so C should be the longest side. of your sides, and it is. So I feel good about those. Okay, example 2, right triangle ABC and then it gives us the lengths. Now generally, if you see triangle ABC and you're talking about trig functions, everybody's going to put C as the right angle. So if it's not specified that C is the right angle, then you can assume. All right, side A is 29.43. Side C is 53.58. Okay, so this time we are looking for measure of angle A, measure of angle B, and side B. Okay. Well, let's start with finding angle A. I don't know what the angle is, but I do know 2 of the sides. I know the opposite side and I know the hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So the sine of angle A is going to be the opposite, 29.43, divided by the hypotenuse. Okay, in order to find the angle measure, we're going to use the inverse sine. So 29.43 over 53.58. Okay, so inverse sine on your calculator. And angle A is going to be 33.32 degrees. So 33.32 degrees. I can now subtract from 180. I can find angle B, so that's going to be 56.68 degrees. To find side B, you have a couple of options. You can use a trig function, okay, like we did in number 1, or since you have 2 of the 3 sides of your triangle, you could go with Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so here's one option. If I want to do side B, let's see, I found that angle A was 33.32 degrees. So I could do, from angle A, I could look at side B as being the adjacent side, and then I could use either one of the others. So if I go opposite, I could do a tangent statement. So tangent of 33.32 degrees is opposite 29.43 divided by adjacent, which is B. When you solve for B, you're going to get 44.77. Okay, C, or letter number 3, find the altitude of the isosceles triangle if theta is 53 degrees. Okay, 53 degrees, and B is 21 centimeters. Okay, well, we were just told that this is an isosceles triangle, so that altitude is going to cut side B in half. So, and it'll be a right angle. So this will cut this side in half. So if the whole base is 21, this is going to be 10.5 centimeters, and this one will be 10.5 centimeters. So to find that altitude, okay, if I go from this angle, I'm going to call it angle A. I have the angle measure. I know the adjacent side. I don't know the opposite side. That's what I want to find. So adjacent and opposite is tangent. So I can go tangent of 53 degrees equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, so I can multiply that out, and H is going to be 13.93 centimeters. Okay, example 4. How tall is the flagpole if your line of sight is 5.3 feet above the ground? Okay, so this is 5.3 feet. And you are 123 feet from the base of the flagpole. Okay, so here, this is 123 feet. Find from the base of the flagpole, and the angle of elevation is 26 degrees 40 minutes. So here's your angle of elevation. So this is 26 degrees 40 minutes. So what we're going to be finding here is we'll be finding this distance, and then we'll add 5.3 feet to that value to get the height of the flagpole. Okay, so from the angle of elevation, this distance of x, that is the opposite side. Okay, and I know this being the adjacent side, so it looks like tangent, 26 degrees, 40 minutes, is opposite over adjacent. Okay. All right, so here we're going to cross multiply again. So x equals 123 times the tangent of 26 degrees 40 minutes. Okay, the minutes, let me see if I remember where to find it real quick. I think it's under math. Nope, I was wrong. Let's see. Okay, it is under second apps. So to find the minute sign, you go second, and then the apps button takes you to the angle menu, and it is number 2. Okay, so, let's quit there for a minute. All right, so we're going 123 times the tangent of 26, and then you're going to find your degrees in the same place. So second apps takes me there. So there's my degree, 40, and second apps again, 2. Okay, so enter. So x is 61.77 feet. But remember, we're going to add the 5.3 feet because of your line of sight. And then we get 67.07 feet. Okay, so there's the height of your flagpole. Okay, that concludes the first part of this lesson, and I'll be back on Tuesday, starting in the second portion.